What's up, my comic comrades? We've been covering Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman's Absolute Carnage event from the beginning, and it's been great thus far. Well, today we're going to look at the final 2 issues of the 5-issue Absolute Carnage event and see how it all wraps up. Before I go any further though, there will of course be spoilers for the entirety of the Absolute Carnage storyline. So if you haven't read it and you want to do that first, this is your opportunity to bail. I'll also say if you're not caught up with the Absolute Carnage event or just want a video refresher, go watch our first 2 episodes on issues 1, 2, and 3 before watching this one. That way, everything in this episode will make sense. With all that covered, if you're still with us, then that means you're on board. So let's get into it. Last we left off, the Venom symbiote ditched Eddie and bonded itself with the freaking Hulk, which was a massive cliffhanger. Well, the beginning of issue 4 picks up with a venomized Hulk fighting Carnage saying, "Venom smash." We then see Spider-Man, Normie, Dylan, and Eddie trying to get to safety as being around Carnage and his horde with a venomized Hulk isn't the safest thing in the world. We then see that Eddie led them to a bunker where there's anti-symbiote tech, which was pilfered from an old outfit called the Jury. Eddie then takes a few things, including Cap's shield, to combat Carnage, and makes Spider-Man promise to stay there and protect his son Dylan while he goes and fights, even though he no longer has the Venom symbiote, as he lost it in the previous issue when the Venom symbiote got pissed at him and was like, if you're not going to get the job done, then I'm going to bond with someone who will, and merged with the Hulk. Eddie decided to go out there because, as he told Spider-Man, without the Venom symbiote, he's useless in there. At least out there, he can try to make sure Carnage doesn't kill the Avengers in their sleep. Eddie then goes out there and starts whacking the Carnage horde around with Cap's shield. The issue then cuts back to Carnage and Venomized Hulk fighting, which looks epic by the way. But Carnage, being extremely powerful and having absorbed most of the codices, is able to use his tongue to penetrate through the Venom symbiote and Hulk's brain, which releases the Venom symbiote from Banner. Carnage then rips it from him, puts it on for himself, becoming one of the most demonic looking symbiotes I've ever seen, all while holding a comatose Banner by the head. It's also worth mentioning that in between these pages, Miles Morales, who was infected with the doppelganger symbiote, attacked Eddie, but Eddie was able to use an electric shock from his gauntlet to free Miles from the symbiote. After Carnage emerges with the Venom symbiote, the Avengers wake up from their sleep after having the codices removed from their body and start to fight Carnage. During this, Eddie realizes that the Carnage Hive is still attacking the Maker's machine and not the Avengers, and Miles tells him, "That's what I've been trying to tell you. The Maker lied to us. I felt it when I was connected to Carnage. The machine doesn't extract codices and destroy them, Eddie, it collects them." Then right after this, we see that Norman Osborn Carnage broke into the bunker where Spider-Man was staying to protect the kids. And if all that wasn't exciting enough, this is where it gets crazier. Eddie, knowing there's no way he could defeat the Carnage symbiote without the Venom symbiote, walks up to the Maker's machine, punches a hole through it with his gauntlet, and lets all the codices that were removed from the Avengers in the previous issue bond with him. To which Eddie says, "This power is not like anything I've ever felt before. Something new, something better. And together, we are Venom," as he flies off chasing Carnage. And this, my friends, brings us to the 5th and final issue of the series. Issue 5 kicks off with a flashback of Eddie Brock and Cletus Cassidy when they were cellmates in prison. And it basically establishes that their hate for one another started right off the bat. But we are then thrown back into the battle between Eddie Brock and Carnage. Carnage taunts Brock by saying, "Our god, aka Null, is almost here." And then Venom replies, "Shut up and die." After this, we get some pretty awesome panels of Venom and Carnage beating the crap out of one another, both of which have awesome demonic looking wings. We also see that back at the Maker's headquarters, the Avengers aren't holding up so well against the Carnage Hive. But wouldn't you know it, a bunch of fellow Avengers like Cloak and Dagger, Captain Marvel, Iron Fist, Deadpool, and so on show up to give them a hand. We're then taken back to Spider-Man fighting Norman Osborn Carnage and see Spider-Man is finally able to defeat Osborn with a left hook right to the face. After this, we see that Carnage and Venom are still fighting, and Carnage says, "You don't see it, you're going to lose." Venom replies, "I don't care, as long as I kill you." We then see that the Carnage symbiote has separated from the now unconscious Norman Osborn and is getting ready to attack Eddie's son, Dylan. But Dylan just looks the symbiote straight in the face and uses whatever hidden power he has inside of him to disintegrate it before passing out. We've gotten teases of Dylan having some secret hidden powers earlier on in the series, but now we finally got this pretty big reveal of what he can do. So you know this is going to be a big deal in the future. Right after this, Cassidy and Brock come crashing through the ceiling, with Carnage saying, "It's over, Daddy. Little Dylan is the last piece." Cassidy is able to grab Dylan, saying, "Between the two of us, we almost have enough codices to join the Hive and awaken Null." Cassidy continues to say to Brock, "I'll kill the boy. I'll take his codex. Maybe that's enough. Maybe then I wake up our god. I'm willing to take that bet, but if you kill me to protect him, if you take your symbiote back, you complete the circle. You reconnect to the Hive and you wake up Grandpa. You see? I win, I lose, I win, I kill your son, or you kill the world. Brock says, fine, screw the world, get the hell away from my son, while making a symbiote sword, cutting Cassidy in half, seemingly killing him. But in killing Cassidy to save his son, his original Venom symbiote goes back to him, completing the circle, and reconnected to the Hive. Which, as we know, is bad. Eddie's original Venom symbiote then tells him, what have you done? You've released Null from his prison, with the caption saying, God help us all. After this, we see that Norman Osborn's body has gone missing, and Eddie reconnecting with his son Dylan, who now knows Eddie is his father. And that, my friends, is the end of the Absolute Carnage event. All in all, I really dug this event. I thought it was a great love letter to 90s Carnage and Venom stories, specifically stories like Carnage Mind Bomb, Maximum Carnage, and so on and so forth. I will say though, the story ended in a way bigger cliffhanger than I thought it would. Null is now free, Dylan has this crazy symbiote power hidden deep within him, and knows that Eddie is his father, and Norman Osborn is missing. So we have some crazy things about to happen post Absolute Carnage, and I can't wait to see it. This was a perfect setup for more cool things to come. Donnie Cates is doing a fantastic job with every book he touches, so I'm excited to see what he does with Thor in the new year. With that said, what do you guys think of Absolute Carnage? Are you curious on what's going to happen with Dylan and what's going to happen with Null now that he's free? Let us know in the comment section. And that, my friends, is going to bring another episode of Variant to a close, but if you dug this video, be sure to check out this one right here, and if you like the channel, be sure to subscribe. But I'll see you guys next time when we talk about all things comics.